editing to live forever, right?
Yeah, so the key is
We should ask.
what is the realistic option to get us living forever now that we are living only for decades? Yeah.
Understand. In the life extension community, there's sort of two genres of thinking. There's the meatheads and the gearheads. And the meatheads is, how do I have my biological self live forever, either by freezing me or fixing what's wrong with me as I wear out, and reprogramming the code in me that says, you know, puberty now, menopause now, death now. That's pre-programmed, and it's different for different species, so it's obviously programmed. And the gearheads is, how do I transfer me, or my consciousness and my essence, into the internet? So the gearheads or meatheads, and some people want to do both and say, keep a biological copy of me going and an electronic copy of me going. And usually their backup plan is to freeze yourself in case we don't figure it out in time. And there's already like a good example of that, Otzi the Iceman, who fell in a glacier 5,000 years ago and was frozen, and they recently found him and thawed him out, and he hasn't come back to life, but they're learning a lot of things about him, so he's partly back to life.
I don't think they were quite thinking of coming back to life as a frozen mummy being exhibited. But don't we have a life that exists even now at the moment in the internet? I mean, you know, stuff that you store on your Facebook, etc., is going to be there forever. So in some sense, the essence of us, or the life we have led, the thoughts we have had, are pretty much there in perpetuity to a large extent anyway.
Absolutely. Most of us have electronic personas. Many have many. And for example, your Facebook profile, and you put your opinions and your images and your voice in some cases and videos, and more and more of your essence is on the internet. And this version of you, the electronic version of you, will outlast the biological version of you. And if you transfer in your daily life more and more of yourself onto the internet, it'll be easier for the internet to construct a more complete version of you with your own personality and your own decision making. And at some stage, you can give the electronic version of you a credit card and set it free in the internet and to go out and prosper, where the biological version of you is still there and the digital version is free out in the world, and will likely outlast the biological version of you. And beyond the scope of this panel discussion, like where your consciousness is between those two, that's a different, more detailed discussion.